Welcome back to day two of the Syndicate Competitive League 5. I am Xander Fina. I am joined by Dark Soldat and none other than CCP Paradox. We've just watched the first of a best of three between Try the Verge and Footwork. Rather interesting scenario happened right at the start of that fight, and when we watched Try the Verge's Paladin micro jump drive out of the arena. Soldat, do you want to explain what happened there for those of us who might have been a little bit confused as to how that occurred?
Okay, so basically, when you have a ship with a micro jump drive and you spool it up without moving in the tournament bubble, once you land in the tournament bubble, you're locked in place. You cannot move. So any movement you do, basically any clicks you do, you cannot move. Basically, you cannot move, right? So, but you can spool your MJD, and if you MJD within the bubble before you're released with the timer, you turn around and jump right out of the arena.
Now, my understanding of the rules is that he shouldn't have spooled up his MGD before the timer started. Is that correct? That's my understanding of the rules.
Yeah, that's one of the things we tested for CCP in one of the practices we had with them in the last Alliance tournament, where I had exactly that happen. But the pilot in this case did say that he did spool after the timer, but it was a Scepter that bumped him, which would cause the same effect basically. But yeah.
So had he been spotted spooling up his MJD before the timer started, if that was what happened, then by the letter of the law, he should have been blapped, taken out of the event anyway. Is that correct?
Yeah, pretty much.
What were your thoughts on that one, Paradox? I mean, I guess as soon as that Paladin jumps out the arena, that fight's pretty much as good as done, isn't it? Really?
Yeah. If you're fitting a micro jump drive, you have to really pay attention to the direction and velocity of your ship at the time you hit it. It's just if your velocity is at 0 or you think that you're facing a certain direction, you need to make sure.
Obviously, these pilots have got so much to think about during one of these fights, Paradox. They've got so many visual inputs and oral audio inputs to deal with, and there's a lot going on. But how much extra stress is there on these MJD and Marauder pilots? I mean, how much extra work is involved compared to the guy flying tackle, the logistics pilot, for example? I mean, obviously it's a different kind of stress, but it seems to be that there's a lot more work involved in flying these ships.
If he was in the middle of a combat situation and he needed to make a quick decision or something else was an effect in this, then I would say that it would be stressful. But this was right at the start. He should have, he had a plan at the start to micro jump drive. So to just do this in the wrong direction at the start, I think the stress should have been quite low. Everybody should have been getting ready, getting their distance. I think that, I think he'll be facepalming himself for this.
I mean, is this somebody trying to push the envelope of the rules so that, or is this somebody who...
You're breaking up a bit. Yeah.
So I think that he might have had obviously a Bastion mode, and he was just trying to get himself in a position to just enable Bastion and go from there. But because because he just jumped straight out of the arena, it obviously didn't work.
Yeah, he was probably trying to go a bit sideways, a bit towards the edge of the arena, but got bumped a few more degrees to the left or right and just jumped just slightly out of the arena, because I can't imagine that he would spool it up beforehand, because he was one of our, he was there when it first happened last Alliance tournament in our testing with CCP.
So we've got the pilots landing on the field for round 2 of this of 3. Tri-Verge have banned the Ishtar and the Kronos, and Footwork have...
You're breaking up again.
Oh, it's traditional at this point. How this...
This isn't actually tri-divergent footwork again. I think we're running 2 parallel best of 3s, if
Oh,
I'm not
okay.
mistaken.
Okay, bear with me a second. This fight, in which case, should be something else versus no boundaries then.
Yeah.
Something else banning the Vargr and the Ishtar, and no boundaries banning the Golem and the Dominix. My apologies. So let's have some predictions on this one, and please solve that.
I think we'll lose again.
You're fairly confident you're going down this time?
Yeah, I think I'm going to go down. This is going to be a pre-match that we'll lose.
Paradox, what are you thinking? Something else or no boundaries to take this one down?
I got the last one wrong, so I'm going to go for no boundaries.
Yeah, I'm going to go for something else. I've been very impressed with what I've seen of them so far this tournament. I think they've done some interesting things. So yeah, we'll go for something else. I'm going to pass over to the commentary team now. Ellender and Alexiev Karda, it's over to you.